So it's been a week now that I've been in India. No crossing boundaries. Thank you. Blessed.
We expect to take 3 hours and 45 minutes of flying time depending on traffic.
Where is stay here, sir? Any hotel or anything?
Yeah. See the fourth question jata hai? How much do you charge?
Only 900.
900? Kitne ka? 630.
No.
Oh. Oh, no. That's the price.
Price 80.
80, yeah. Thank you, boss. Thanks. So going. It's about $1 per liter. Thank you. It's called a parota. What do you think?
It tastes like a really buttery naan.
He said this was natural water. I'm not risking it. Prawn curry with chapati for 70 rupees, which is about, how much was that? 70 rupees? $1? Well, that's reassuring. That tree in there. How much?
81 rupees full.
360 fish ke saath.
Fish and 2 thali.
Fish and 2 thali. Sounds about right. Egg fish, egg thali.
Ek thali.
So we're getting 2 thali.
Nope. Mediocre. So it's been a week now that I've been in India, and it's been a really enjoyable week. I landed in Kochi airport. Spent about 2 full days in Kochi. From Kochi, me and Miles took a public bus into Aleppo, which is the beginning of the Backwaters, which is one of the main attractions in Kerala. People don't usually spend too much time in Aleppo because it's just usually where they start their tour of the Backwaters, but me and Miles found a room that we could share for 400 rupees. So it was about 200 rupees each. That's about 4 Canadian dollars. It was on the beach. We even found a house close by that would cook for us.
How romantic.
Spicy.
Oh yeah?
It's little
Oh
spicy.
my.
Yeah. For me, it's fine. For him, शाम को आएगा वो vegetable curry no spice.
Okay.
Little spice.
തിന്നോട്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഫോട്ടോ എടുക്കുക ജയ
So we were getting cheap meals, cheap accommodation, and we just stayed there for like 4 or 5 days. I've become a bit of a chai fiend.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have tea almost with every single meal now because the tea is so good and really sugary. I've been eating mostly vegetarian food over here, and it rarely exceeds 100 rupees, which is about $2. My budget over here maximum is 1,000 rupees, which is about 20 Canadian dollars. But I think there's only been one day where I've spent 1,000 or more. No, usually I'm spending about 500 to 800 rupees per day, including accommodation. Miles has been really helpful in teaching me all the tricks of the trades. Miles has been really helpful in teaching me how to keep my budget low. He's been doing it for 8 months now. We have been traveling on local buses, which are as low as 7 rupees, compared to tuk-tuks, which are about 50 upwards, depending on where you're going. On my last day in Aleppo, me and Miles had just gone to a supermarket. We were just coming back from the Backwaters, and we'd gone to a supermarket. And we walked out of the supermarket, and as I was turning around, I heard a skid. And when I turned around, I saw there was like a motorcycle just laying on its side, and I saw the end bit of like an old man kind of flying off the motorcycle and kind of skidding to a stop. And he was lying face down, motionless on the ground in the middle of the road. There were 2 people on the motorcycle. There was a younger guy and an older guy. The younger guy, he was on the left of the motorcycle. He seemed to be okay. People were helping him up, but he had a look of complete shock on his face. The older guy was still lying motionless on the ground. When people came and turned him over, I could see that he was awake and conscious, but he had these really wide eyes and he was super shocked himself. And he still wasn't moving. They had to kind of like pick him up and drag him to the sidewalk. While this was happening, Miles started walking away. So I turned around to call Miles. And I walked a few steps, called Miles, he stopped, and when I looked around, it literally looked like nothing had happened. Like, traffic was going like normal, there was no motorcycle there, there was no old man there. I think they just put him in a rickshaw or something and took him to the hospital, but there was literally no sign of anything having happened there. And it was so surreal, because like if something like that happens in the West, you would have like a police car reach there and an ambulance, and there'd be like a huge, like almost like a crime scene. But over here, everything just went on like normal. I didn't get any footage of it because I was shocked myself. I was quite disturbed actually for the rest of the night. People don't really know what to make of me over here. It usually depends on what I wear and who I'm with, and that affects how they interact with me. When I started the week, I kept wearing this cap, and everyone would recognize me as a foreigner, as a tourist. But as soon as I took this cap off and I didn't have the rubber band on, and just had like a fluff of hair, no one thought I was a tourist. Everyone thought I was a local. I was with Miles and Lucy yesterday, and we were at a supermarket asking for something. And after I got whatever information I needed from the guy, he pulled me aside and asked me in Hindi, like, "Oh, where are you from? Are you their driver?" And I was like, no.